everybody. I'm Ricky Smith, and this is Faith on Friday Presents. At Faith on Friday Presents, we're all about highlighting inspiring people, engaging topics, and small businesses. And while you're here, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel, as well as like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. We don't want you to miss a thing. All right, y'all, this is for my athletes out there. Have you seen this on TV? American Ninja Warrior. These guys and gals are fit to the nine. All the jumping and running and climbing, and then, of course, the falling, my favorite part. But who does that? Why set yourself up for something so grueling? And what do you win after you hit that buzzer? Well, today I'm going to introduce you not only to an American Ninja Warrior, but also somebody's going to talk to us about men's health. Y'all, please say hello to Karsten Williams. Hey, Karsten, how are you?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Ricky. How you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Karsten, thank you so much for joining me because this is going to be fun.
It's going to be out of this world.
Yes, because I have so many questions. So, as you heard in the intro, we're going to talk about men's health, but I have so much to ask you about this American Ninja Warrior thing. Before we get into that, Karsten, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located.
Yeah, so I am a native Texan, grew up in Plano, Texas, so North Dallas suburb. That's my stomping ground. Got a background in track, so I can go from here to there really quick, or at least at some point in time I could. I think I'm still fast. And but yeah, just I coach kids for Ninja Warrior and different athletes and sports, and just love working with people, love empowering people of all ages. And yeah, so here I am now looking to share more about what I've been doing and what's coming down the pipeline there.
I love it so much. And I love it that you said you can run from here to there really fast. I don't run up and down my stairs. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. So, Karsten, first of all, American Ninja Warrior. Really though? How did you even get into that? Can you talk to us about that?
To be honest, I don't even know. But no, so really, it just kind of came out of nowhere, quite honestly. And so back when I was, a little bit younger, 10 years ago to be exact, just would catch it on.
That is amazing to me. You said it came out of nowhere. No, falling downstairs comes out of nowhere. American Ninja Warrior, that doesn't come out of nowhere. So you've always been an athlete, it sounds like. And when you saw this, did you see it as a challenge or just something fun? I just want to see if I can do it.
A little bit of both, like I always had that competitive spirit. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I think I can do that. I want to challenge myself and kind of put myself out there and just kind of see what's possible. And whether
Mhm.
I win or I fail or I learn, I think I was just looking forward to the experience.
Yeah, and I love that show. That is not something that I would ever go and do myself. Yeah, no. Again, I don't run down my stairs. And no, I stopped running when I got out of the military. So I'm pretty well done with that. But it does look cool. And for me, I love to see the athleticism of these athletes that are really out there. Talk to us a little bit about the training that you had to do for that show because it looks intense.
Yes, it is. It really kind of encompasses so many different disciplines. So you have like your parkour, which is your running and jumping and
Mhm.
agility stuff. You have like your climbing, so like working on your fingertip strength. You have your just your overall fitness. Like I
Mhm.
like being in the gym too, lifting weights. And so really, it's a combination of so many different things. And so your training needs to look like that as well. So you need to be working on your cardio, working on your climbing, working on your agility, so you can be a well-rounded athlete. And hopefully that
Mhm.
will make you successful on the show. No guarantees
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, exactly. Because anybody who's seen the show knows there's no guarantees. Now, the things that you're talking about that train, they don't have that at Planet Fitness. So,
No, they don't.
so
You
where
can
do you
improvise though.
train?
You can
Yeah,
with ninja, you
yeah,
can
I guess
improvise. You
so.
can turn any situation into a ninja training ground.
Yeah, I guess so. So, where would you train for something like this?
So I would recommend, there's definitely more facilities now from when I
Mhm.
started. But first up, try to find a local ninja gym in your area, if possible. That's not always the case. The other thing would just to be, if you have access to a regular gym, to go in there, work on your upper body strength, your pull-ups, your push-ups, your jumping, your plyometrics, your overall strength training. And then, get outside and just use the environment, run, climb
Yeah.
stuff, use your environment as your training ground. And then that way, you'll be ready for the unexpected.
Wow, the unexpected. So for all of the assassins watching, I mean, really, the unexpected, it is what it is. But now you said this was 10 years ago. I'm just going to ask you this just for reference. How old are you, Carson?
I am 43 years young.
Okay, I love that. 43 years young. So you are a 43-year-old male who has been competing, if you will, physical competition for years. What has changed for you from 10 years ago to where you are now in your fitness level? Has it changed at all?
Really, honestly, the only thing that has changed, I'm not training quite as much just because I'm working on
Mm,
building an empire that
I
is
love
really
it.
going to help change the world and change movement and get people moving again. But overall, like my athletic ability, I feel like I'm
Hmm.
still that 20-year-old guy that can think he can do all the things. And sometimes
Hmm.
that's to my detriment because I kind of should back off some things. But overall, like I feel like if you
Yeah.
just keep moving from whenever you start moving until whatever age, you can maintain
Hmm.
and keep that level of athleticism. And really, it's all about mindset. Like I feel like I'm in my 20s when I'm out there, and because of
Yeah.
that, I feel like I'm able to perform just as I was, 10 years,
Mm,
20 years ago.
mm. You said something that really stuck with me. I think I feel like I still can. Now, there are a lot of folks who probably watching this who have that same feeling. I feel like I still can, but parts of them say, I bet you cannot. So you said, but keep moving. What does moving look like as you age, if you will?
Really, I think this is the foundation. You have to, when you move your body, you feel better. When you get outside in the sun, your mood is
Mm,
better. And once you like work out, and it doesn't have to be super crazy stuff, just simple, whether it's just going on a walk, going on a run, going into the gym and just doing a few different things and just getting yourself in that environment of fitness,
right.
everything's
Hmm.
just gonna work itself out. And so I wanna make sure that we simplify fitness and not make it too
Hmm.
complex because everybody can get in there and do what they want. And it doesn't have to
Yeah.
look like the next person. Just do
Hmm.
you, but just do
Hmm.
something.
Yeah. I like what you said. It doesn't have to be crazy stuff. Just do something. Because you
Mm,
have folks that are probably watching this who, at one time, I was all of this. I live in a military community. So a lot of folks had gone in the military in their 20s, early 20s, and now they may be 50, 60. And someplace in their head, they're just like, I can still run and
mhm,
jump and all the things. But can you, though, really get it together? But I like what you said, just do something. It doesn't
mhm.
have to look like what somebody else does. Karsten, how important is your nutrition to your fitness?
Oh, it's huge. It's probably the biggest piece. You'll see the most of the progress happen just by nutrition and keeping that
Hmm.
simple as well. A lot of people think, oh, I got to eat celery and carrots and chicken with no seasoning. Like that is a thing, but what you can do is really just
Hmm.
start on your water intake. Just try to implement one healthy thing, focus on
Hmm.
adding to versus taking away. So if you can just say, hey, you know what?
Mm.
If you're drinking 2 cups of water, try to drink three. If you haven't walked outside, go walk outside. And then you can start laying a new foundation that you can build on. And before you know it, you'll be a full-on fitness enthusiast and be
Mm.
able, and really being able to inspire others based off your
Yeah.
testimony and your experience.
Yeah. And you said that earlier that you really want to inspire people to move forward. Talk to us a little bit about what your passion is when it talks about other people being inspired.
Yeah, I really love serving others. I've been given opportunity to have a platform such as Ninja
Hmm.
Warrior to show us some athleticism and show confidence and vulnerability. And because I've had that opportunity, I want to make sure that I give that same opportunity to others. And just by putting yourself out there and doing things, you can actually other people are watching, whether you think they are or not, people are watching you. And
Good.
so you can inspire somebody just by going out there and just doing something because that person was waiting on someone else to make that first move.
Yeah.
And then they can then follow suit. And then it's just a chain reaction and a domino effect. And so I
Mhm.
feel really everybody has a responsibility and an opportunity to inspire others. You don't have to be
Mm.
on TV to get people to move or get them to eat better, but just by doing something and taking ownership of yourself and your own fitness level, you'll be surprised on what the impact can be made on others just by just doing something better for yourself.
Man, that is so true. Because I do that. I guess I call it guilt. Because if I see somebody running when I'm driving down the street, my mind says, "Oh my gosh, I need to go do that." So maybe that is a thing. Now you said earlier that you do training. You coach kids. What are you coaching?
Yeah, so I coach kids in the sport that I love, which is ninja. And a lot of people,
Wow.
when they hear ninja, like, oh, is it martial arts? Is it, karate chop here? Like, it can be, but it is obstacle sports. It's
Okay.
combining all those different elements. And because my passion for being on the show has inspired kids to follow suit, I wanted to be
Mhm.
able to be on the ground floor and help them based off of my experience and my training to let them potentially get on the show or just really pursue that
Mhm.
sport. It's a new and exciting sport that really opens up a lot of opportunities and for a social, for community building.
Mhm.
And so I see that impact that it's making, and I want to just be really the one that's behind it, just adding fuel to the fire, so I can
Wow.
inspire a new generation of kids that can change the world.
I love that so much because you look at statistically, our kids are less active now than they have been in nearly a generation.
Mhm.
And with what you're saying, it's called obstacle sports. Is that what you called it? I
Yes.
just think that's neat. Again, like I said, I live in a military community, so when we think of obstacle course, yeah, it sends us through a whole flashback of things to include a gas chamber. It's really horrifying, but but I like it that it's a sport now. Now, we talked earlier and you said you're working on building your own ninja gym. Is that right? Tell us about that.
Yes. So I've worked over the past, really over the past 8 years. I've been working out of different facilities to like start classes and programs and help build gyms. And through that experience, it really just kind of had a really a calling to create my own thing. I loved
Mm,
working at all the different places that I've been at. They all do wonderful things, but really it's
mm,
it's time that I do my own thing so I can build it just the way I want, impact people the way I want, and really
mhm,
just, help create something that's new and exciting that people can buy into. And I'm all
mhm,
about community and serving others. And so I feel like that's my personal responsibility to lead that charge. And that's why I'm building my own
mhm.
empire. So I can create a space that's safe, that's fun, that's inclusive for everyone to get that same experience as me. And then they can also be my, I guess you could say, foot soldiers to go out there and spread the love of fitness and movement and community throughout the whole community and throughout the whole world.
Your empire is being built right now. Carson, all of that stuff is so good and so needed. I like what you said, a safe place where people can go, a place that's inclusive for everyone and every fitness level. Now, I know you said you train kids, but because it's for everyone, male and female, every age group, I'm sure everyone doesn't come in flying through the air, but are there training programs as well, or is it like a gym, you come in and just do, what you want to do? How's it going to work?
Yeah, so the cool thing, having a facility that has all the resources, the coaching, I've been fortunate to really kind of walk shoulders to shoulder with some amazing coaches. I gotta give them a shout out. Coach Jonathan Bange and Coach Jacob Cantrell, Isaiah Thomas. These guys have really poured into the kids collectively. And
Mhm.
there's different creative ways as well. Like JB has an app, a fitness app where you can train and do those similar movements
Wow.
to get you prepared for ninja. So if you don't have access to a
Mhm.
gym, you can just download his app and then get access to his expertise to work on your strengths and get prepared. And then when you do get that chance to hop into a facility, you already kind of have a
Mhm.
good, strong foundation to get things moving. And I just love the kind of the direction everything is going. Like you mentioned, it is for all
Mhm.
ages. Like just to give
Mhm.
you a quick example, a lot of the times it's the kids that come in to do the training and stuff, and then the parents are
Mhm.
sitting on the side watching. But then
Right.
eventually they kind of start getting onto the floor, kind of touching this and looking at that. And eventually they start wanting to get involved. And then we've seen that
Mhm.
time and time again, the parents getting involved. And now we have parents that are competing at the same
Wow.
competitions that their kids are. And it's just an amazing sight to see. And I just can't
Yeah.
be, it's so fulfilling just to see all that take place. And, we're going to just keep on going from there.
Yeah. And I bet it's feeling good for you to see, that the family that stays fit together. stays together. I think that is very cool. So, Karsten, right now, with all the things that you're doing and all the places that you're before the empire gets going, if someone wanted to reach out to you and at least explore more opportunities or continue this conversation, where's the best place for them to reach you?
Yeah, and so one thing I never told you is the Empire, the facility and training opportunity is called Ninja Project. All right, so that's the name that
Okay.
everybody's going to be hearing about. We're already out there on social media. The best place to reach us is ninjaproject.com. That'll get you access to all the different things that we're doing, ways to get plugged in, updates on everything that's happening right now that's going to lead us into that facility. We have a mobile course that we have as well that's already kind of being been unleashed, and we're able to work with churches and schools to get out in the community so we can bring the course to them, and eventually they'll be able to come and see us in the facility.
Oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff there. Don't look for me to be out there other than to be like, yay, you. But yeah, I'm not feeling that. But don't worry, y'all, if y'all did not get all of his contact information, everything is going to be in the description below. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Instagram. Carson, my friend, before I let you go, we got to play a game.
Ooh, I like
Okay.
games. Let's go.
I
I'm
know,
ready.
yeah, this ain't nothing like Ninja Warrior, okay, first of all.
Good.
So this game is called This or That. I'm going to give you the choice of a couple of things, and you just tell me which one you like the best. Are you ready to play, my friend?
Hold on, let me get ready. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do this. All right, Batman or Captain America?
Captain America.
Ooh, clap back or hold your tongue?
Clap back.
I'm not surprised. I don't know why, but I'm not surprised. Okay, slow dance or shake that thing?
Shake that thing.
Okay, wait, is that shake that thing on the table or shake that thing in the corner? What are we doing?
If it's me, I'm shaking that thing in the corner somewhere.
I like it. All right, reality TV, yes, please, or I just can't.
Yes, please.
Really? Do you have a favorite reality show that you watch?
With Ninja Warrior, it's kind of like reality TV as well. So
Mm,
that's why I kind of lean towards that. So yeah, Ninja
okay,
Warrior is kind of my main
kind of
thing.
your jam. I'm not mad about it. Okay, peanut butter, creamy or crunchy?
Creamy.
Okay, I don't know why I'm not surprised by that one. Yellow light, speed up or slow down?
Hmm. I'm gonna go with speed up. I gotta get out the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, exactly. Hey, Carson, finally, my friend, what would you tell your 13-year-old self right now?
Hmm. I like that. I would say go for it. Whatever is on your mind that's talking to you in the back of your head, go for it and do it. You'll be surprised at what can open up and the possibilities that can happen once you just start putting one foot in front of the other and just going after your dreams. If you fail, that's fine. You'll learn from it and you'll get better because of it. And you might inspire someone else to do the same thing. So at the end of the day, go for it.
I like it. Carson, thank you so much for being with me today.